All right, well, it's been a while since we watched any Abigail Shapiro videos, and usually I like watching these because she's got a very traditionalist sort of set of values that I find very bizarre because I am not a traditionalist type of person. So I like to analyze them to see if they are completely societally tone deaf or not. Often they are, sometimes not. I don't know if I can stop the chat from thirst trapping her a bit, but I will be respectful. 5 ways to be sexy that have nothing to do with the way you look.
Hello, Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about 5 ways you can be sexy that have absolutely nothing to do with the way you look.
Maybe it's entirely possible that she might have some good advice in this, and if so, good.
If you are new to my channel, here we talk about classic living, traditional values, and modern femininity, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. If you didn't know, I recently launched the Classically Abby podcast, which is available anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Okay.
So check it out. That's really where the bulk of my content is at the moment, but I didn't want to
Calling Classically Abby at 3 a.m. She answers!
Leave YouTube completely unattended. So I will be posting some videos here and there that are just for YouTube. But if you want to continue to follow me, continue to hear some great interviews with some amazing people, make sure to head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to the Classically Abby podcast there. I also post a video of the podcast to my YouTube channel, so if you would prefer to watch it, you can. I wanted to mention that before we get into the bulk of today's video. So in today's video, I want to talk about 5 ways that you can be sexy that have nothing to do with how you look.
Excellent.
I think we get really bogged down in trying to look a certain way, focusing on our hair, on our makeup, on our clothes, and that
I know I do.
that stuff is, I think, important, but what's even more important is you and who you are. And being sexy isn't just about the way you look, it's also about how you present yourself and your personality. So I'm really excited to share these 5 ways you can be sexy today. I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's just get right into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, number 1, be down for anything.
Well, anything? Okay. I'm sure she's going to elaborate.
So what I mean by this, something that my husband always said about me when we first got together was he loved that I was down to try new things, that I was always interested in what he had to talk about.
Butt stuff. Just talking about. No. Probably not.
And that I was game. That was always the phrase he.
Wait, was that like a weird? Is that like a weird edit?
And that I was game. That was always.
What? Do not. Okay, that's like a jump scare. You do no. This is bad.
Interested in what he had to talk about, and that I was game. That was always the phrase he used. That I was game. I was game to do anything. And there's something really sexy about that. There's something sexy about a woman who isn't so self-conscious that she won't try new things, or a woman who's just really kind of laid back enough.
Pegging, maybe. That might be what they're talking. I don't know what she's talking about, like that's and look, the thing is though, I agree. I think that's pretty sexy. I think that is pretty sexy. Don't get me wrong. Like I gotta agree so far. It's a good one.
Enough to allow there to be a plan B. Sometimes when you are just a little too type A, and I'm like that, I can be type A, it means that you also are not flexible, and it means you also are not open to new experiences.
With that attitude.
And it's really fun and exciting and sexy when a woman is much more open to these things that she's never tried before, or to trying something her husband is excited about, like going to a baseball game if she's never gone, or listening to a new song that he really likes and being open to hearing it. Just being the kind of woman who isn't always like, everything has to be on my terms.
Okay, you lost me on this. I mean, look, I wouldn't say that that's okay. Wow, that took a sharp left and then a U-turn. It's great. Baseball is a euphemism. Maybe. Jefferson to pegging confirmed. Am not. Gave it a shot. Not for me. No thanks. No. Okay. It is. I wouldn't say it's sexy when somebody's willing to try like going to a sporting event they weren't that interested in, but it is attractive. Sexy's the wrong word to use for that, okay?
My schedule, and instead is a little bit more laid back, is like, yeah, let's try something new. I've never done that. That's really cool. I want to try it. And just getting excited about new experiences. I think that one of the sexiest things that a woman can do is to be excited, to be happy about being alive. That is just so attractive, and it really attracts.
I'm so glad I'm not dead. Oh, I am so happy that you're happy you're not dead. And I find that sexy. What? What? Very, very strange. Now, okay, I do have to say, when Memory is like totally willing to listen to me rant about how much I love Mike Flanagan films and television shows for like 15 minutes straight, I do find that pretty sexy. And I feel like I want to reward her for that. But I don't know. This is interesting.
A man's attention is a woman who's excited to be here and just wants to enjoy life. So that is number one. Number two is be a good cook. A woman who knows her way around the kitchen. Now that's pretty sexy.
I don't really know if that's like sexy. Damn. Pause game. My pause game. That's legit. If I can remember, I think that might be the thumbnail. That's pretty great right there.
I think nowadays a lot of women take this sort of sad pride in not being able to cook. They're like, "Oh, I've never picked up a pot or a spoon and made, a delicious meal. I don't know how to do that, and I prefer takeout." But there's something so sexy, but also just nurturing, lovely about a woman who knows how to make a good meal.
I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. It's nice if a woman makes me food, that is nice, sure, but I am okay. I am a cook. I am a fucking cook, and I do the cooking, and I like to do the cooking, and so I got to give her some points on this one. Although I think her position on it is very weird because it's rooted in like this strange traditionalism that I just do not understand. But I have gotten laid because of my cooking. It has happened. It has absolutely happened. But, again, it's like, it's strange.
Everybody knows that men like to be fed. It is like very important to them. They always say
oh, some women like to be fed too.
The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So if that's the case, it's really lovely and sexy when a woman knows how to do that. And so buy some books. Or watch some YouTube videos, teach yourself how to cook if you don't know already. It's a skill that you will always need that is so valuable, and it's also very sexy.
You know what actually is very sexy is if I make a baller-ass meal and then she does the dishes. Like, because I always do the dishes, always. I always do the dishes. But if I make like a big meal and like she really digs the food and then she's like, that was so good, I'm gonna do the dishes and you can just chill because like you provided the awesome tasty food, that's good in my book. That's really up there. I like that.
Number 3 is be confident in who you are. Honestly, this is probably the most important thing. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how your hair looks that day or if your makeup is done or what.
Agreed. I think eaters should do the dishes. Yeah. Whoever didn't cook should do the cooking dishes. Like everyday use dishes and stuff like that. I do them and whatever, and I don't give a shit. It's cool. But yeah, if I had to like mess up, 7 different things just to cook this awesome meal, which actually was more than that last night. Chicken Parmesan is messy. Yeah.
clothes you're wearing. But if you are confident in your personality, and if you are confident in who you are and in what you look like, then that is the sexiest thing.
That's very true.
Again, it comes
very
down
true.
to that laid back thing. If you are laid back enough that even if you don't have everything completely done up, you still feel good about yourself, you still know that you are kind of a great person to be around and you are beautiful, then that is sexy.
Confidence is sexy. She's absolutely correct on this one. 100%.
That laid back feeling of I am confident in who I am regardless of how I look today.
Sure.
Regardless of, whatever else. That is a very sexy thing. So
Agreed.
being confident in who you are, in your personality, and in the way that you look, no matter what you do look like that day, that is going to be the sexiest thing. Number 4 is be straightforward. I think that a woman who knows what she wants and who can speak to it and knows her views, but also can talk about her feelings openly and doesn't try to beat around the bush or be passive aggressive.
True.
That's a very sexy thing. Because
True.
not all women do that. A
lot don't. A lot of men don't either. But yeah, no, so far, I don't really, I think one is kind of weird. One really went a different direction than I thought it was. But the other two, I absolutely agree. I think this is some pretty good advice so far. Okay, not bad.
A lot of women are passive aggressive. A lot of women don't speak their minds. The truth is a lot of men are passive aggressive too.
Oh yeah.
But there's something very sexy about women and men when they can actually just speak honestly. And
See, I'm aggressive. I am not a passive aggressive person at all. No. I detest passive aggressiveness. Like the moment somebody is passive aggressive with me, I'm like, bye. And I fucking walk off. I'm like, no. I have no time for it. I will not entertain it. No, absolutely not. The sex is never good enough for it. I'm sorry. I'm gone. Bye-bye. And instead, I'm just aggressive. I'm like, this is me and how I feel and what I think. But I'm patient about doing that, but I'm just aggressive. Men are the worst at being passive aggressive? What is that supposed to mean?
and be straightforward and say what's on their mind. Because you don't have to be constantly stressed about trying to figure out what that person is saying. You don't have to be like, what do they mean? What do they mean? No, you just get it because they're telling you. And that gives you a sense of security that's very sexy. And I know that sounds weird because security doesn't seem to go with being sexy, but the idea is, again, it comes to that feeling of being laid back. You can be more laid back when the person you're interested in, when the person you're married to is straightforward, is able to just tell you what they're thinking. Okay, so here's kind of the interesting thing about this laid back idea. The reason that being laid back is sexy is because sex is more fun when people are relaxed. Sex is more fun when people are able to just go with it and have like a good time.
Sure.
If you are stressed out, if you are type A, sex is not going to be as fun. So that's why this laid back quality that is kind of a